Actually, this is a decent sized talk. I do have to go to Passover dinner around like
We're
5.
I think we're live now.
Oh, well,
I accidentally hit it too soon. I'm sorry.
Where's the
shalom,
countdown?
everyone.
Shalom.
Uh,
I mean, it is that time, right? It is that Friday.
yeah, it's reason for the season.
Yeah.
He is risen,
He is
and
risen.
to celebrate, I am going to put myself in a matzo ball coma tonight.
A matzo ball coma. I don't know what that entails, but it sounds good and bad.
It's like
You've never had matzo ball soup?
I
It's
have
like-
had a matzo ball soup, but I've never been in a matzo ball coma. That sounds like someone's gonna fucking pelt me with matzo balls until I pass out.
I'm gonna pelt the inside of my stomach with matzo balls till I pass out.
Just like
Um,
douche, like tennis balls, just whacking them at me.
Oh, doughy ball goodness. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Amusement Mile. I'm Jared. Kevin is with us as usual.
We have a
and we
special
have a
guest.
special guest, Bryn.
I'm just visiting for the weekend.
Bryn's up from Virginia. Virginia, right? Not West Virginia?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I always get the two confused. They should just merge into one big Virginia.
I say DC, it's basically right outside. Like, I'm on the subway, but it's Virginia.
It's
They have the tri-state area up here. Down there, the tri-state area is the DMV.
It's just easier
DC,
to.
Maryland, Virginia.
I was like, the DMV? What?
Yeah, it gave me nightmares at first, too. And then I'm like, oh, no, it's just a saying.
It's just easier to tell people that you're from the DC metro area.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, we got some topics to get into. Doesn't look like it's going to be too long of a show, but we'll see if I rant about anything that I was just talking about to the both of you about. But first off, world's most dangerous backpack is apparently a jetpack.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I think this is Ascend Dynamics. I don't know if they have any relation to Boston Dynamics, the robotics company, but Ascend Dynamics is like a small fabrication facility where they like prototype new like devices, and one of the things that they've prototyped is called the Skypack V1, which stands for version 1. They held a test flight for the Skypack, which is essentially a backpack that turns into a personal jetpack.
Okay.
It was announced that, fun fact, the Skypack V1 electric backpack personal jetpack was announced in Poplar, Wisconsin, which is the birthplace.
I was about to say this.
Which is the birthplace of Major Dick Bong, World War II fighter pilot.
What a legend. Your name in, like, picture this. It's the 40s. Your name is Dick Bong. You are the cool guy around town.
Oh my god. And then you introduce yourself to your friends as Richard Bong. Like, it's just like something
My
like a
friends
cartoon
call
character.
me Dick.
Yeah, this
That
doesn't
looks
look
horrifying.
safe.
It literally is just like 6 open propellers.
It's literally propellers that like go on like and spin around. That looks really dangerous. It's important to note that is that a mannequin? That looks like a mannequin, and I think the image says that it's a mannequin. Attached to a large
They didn't
wooden
even
frame.
test it with a real person. It was a mannequin because they're just like, no one wanted to try it.
They couldn't get enough waivers to get somebody to put that on. No thanks. But like, I think this is really innovative. I long for the day when I can just jetpack to work and not have to like take my car to work, because in the long run, will it burn more fuel? Less, probably way more. But you know, it's a
Way
cool.
more, but
Yeah.
it's fun.
Hey, I hope they can. What if they can get it to run on hydrogen? If that's the case, then that would be great.
That'd be pretty neat.
Yeah.
It seems so unnecessary. This is the new version of buying a lifted pickup truck. Oh, look
Is
at my
it?
jetpack. I have screw you money.
Yeah.
I mean, jetpack is so you can avoid everybody. Truck is so you can go through everybody.
But what if But then you have to realize once we get to the point where jetpacks have flooded the market, then we're going to have like air traffic laws.
Oh god, you gotta use turn signals above 50 feet above your local grocery store.
Oh my god! Well, Imagine what a jetpack crash would entail.
Oh my god.
Oh, that would be so messy.
We gotta build sky lanes.
Yeah,
Sky
the
lanes.
second the 10th registered person has a jetpack, they're going to put those laws in place because it would be that much more dangerous. Hello, Violet. Hello, Maddie.
Don't drink.
Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well.
Maddie's excited to see you.
Yeah.
Hey, Maddie.
I don't know what that is about. I don't know if we're gonna have to build sky lanes for like sky traffic in the future. This is getting a little too weird in meta. Speaking of meta is taking up to 47.5% of virtual asset sales in the metaverse.
Great segue, Kevin.
Thank you.
Good segues.
Yeah, that seems like a lot. 47.5%. That's basically half. They're taking basically half.
Like they're shooting their shit. They're like, but it's not. Come on. Come on.
It's basically half. Come on, guys.
They could have like. That's just as bad as saying they will take up to 49.9% of virtual asset sales. Like,
and what is a virtual asset sale? Can you like buy a house in the metaverse? Do you have like an NFT hat that you can wear in your metaverse avatar?
There's virtual energy drinks that you can get in the metaverse.
What?
Yep.
What's the point? What's the point of those? They don't do anything.
I don't know. You know what else doesn't have a point? 343's Halo cooking book. I'm still not okay with this.
We talked about that 2 weeks ago?
Last week.
Okay.
It's fresh in his mind because he was looking it up today. He just had to show me.
I had to show her, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that they're doing like almost a 50% cut because the metaverse that Meta is building is essentially like it gives them a monopoly on like metaverse things, right? Because like you have all these companies that say they want to build their own metaverse, but like the one true definitive one is like Facebook Metas because they're like kind of the ones who like did it first.
Yeah.
Or the ones that like sort of like I feel weird. It feels so weird the words coming out of my mouth saying that Facebook pioneered things. But like
they definitely didn't. We had VR chat.
Yeah, but like VR chat is like sort of like a game. It's not like a space that it's not like a digital space that you like sort of exist inside. Like
Second Life.
It's like the whole.
It just feels like an MMO, but real life. And
we know, I think Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are both fans of Sword Art Online, which explains a lot.
That's the vibe.
Which it explains a lot. So I think that's the vibe they're sort of going for to have this.
Just quick, I want to mention Violet says, "Why can you buy King K. Rool's up special as an object?" Talking about the most dangerous backpack.
Oh. That's true.
But speaking of Elon Musk, boom, another segue. We're on a fucking roll. Elon Musk, after this is after he declined a seat on the board of directors because they were background tests. There was a background test to be accepted. He has now offered to buy all of Twitter, and I can't remember the price tag off the top of my head. Let me just wholly buy the company for $40 billion. Yes, absolutely, Violet. Like when Kevin was still talking about Meta, and I just burst out laughing maniacally, and had to bite my finger. It's because I was waiting to bring it up.
Oh.
But yeah, so now. Once again, last week we said, every week it's, do we love Elon or do we hate him? I think we still love him.
I don't.
No?
No, you know what? You know why? Because I was all right with it because he kind of spun it off as a joke last week when he, bought, 9.2% of Twitter. But now he's, saying, yeah, I have fun. The reason he wants to buy all of Twitter is he says he has gross... he has zero confidence in the current Twitter management, and this is basically the philosophy of North Korea, in that you don't trust anybody else to do it, so you're gonna do it. The state is gonna do it yourself. I'm not saying
I see
I'm
what
not
you
saying
mean. I
Elon
see what
Musk
you
is a fascist or anything. I'm just saying that like
No, but no, I know what you I know what you mean.
he's like wham. You don't want to do it the way I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna fucking buy you so I can do whatever I want with you.
Yeah, and it was like this is also off of oh you're not going to accept me onto the board of directors without a background check. Just I guess I'll just be the owner of the company.
Um, a story that actually developed off of Elon's offer earlier today is Twitter is defending itself with what is known in the stock market as a poison pill procedure, where it's sort of apt, in that if so basically what happens in the poison pill procedure is in the event that any person acquires ownership of 15% of Twitter's stock, it allows other shareholders to buy stock of Twitter at a massive discount. So this is sort of like a last ditch attempt to fend off sort of like hostile company takeovers. So like in the event, and it's pretty obvious that they don't want to be acquired by Elon, or they wanted to have done this,
Right.
because they're scared that he's just gonna buy them outright, like buy as much stock as he can, and he'll be like, if he gets 51% majority, he essentially like controls the board of directors, right? And the problem is, if he gets that, he essentially owns the company, right? But so like what they're doing is, like, if he owns more than 15% before he can gain more power within the company, they're going to let other shareholders gain a larger stake at a big discount to sort of combat him. It's like terrible. There's no good outcome for Twitter in this. Let me be clear, but there's only bad and worse options.
But wouldn't that, in that scenario, there's technically more stock of Twitter being bought, albeit at a much cheaper rate. Wouldn't that benefit Twitter in a way?
Okay,
It
so
depends on how it sells.
I think it's important to note that none of us are economists.
Yeah,
It would depend on how it sells, I feel like.
Yeah,
It's going on sales, so they hope more shares are purchased.
that's true. We are not your financial advisor stream. That is not what you're here for. I'm sorry, Violet. You can leave now. I knew that's what you were waiting for. But yeah, that's how it seems to me. I'm also dumb.
It like my understanding of it is it's more complicated than that. So like this is, but like if this falls through, then like they are screwed. They are pretty much screwed. So I hope Elon doesn't acquire it, because like,
yeah, because like now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, it could also go the other way where they sell before the price drops, and then it just boosts Elon's shareholding more.
Well, they just need the problem with being a public company is you are beholden to a board of directors, which is why Elon wants to take it private, so that he owns it, and like he essentially is the only one that matters in a private company, right? In essence, that's why SpaceX is private. That's why it's not public, because then Elon would be beholden to a board of directors, a shareholder board.
Do you think he would make Twitter a private company?
Oh, he said he's going to do that if he gains control of it. He said that's what he's going to do the first day. He's going to take Twitter off the stock market. You can see already. He already hates that Tesla is a public company. He hates the fact that he has to answer to a board of directors on Tesla, but like, what is he gonna do? He wasn't the original owner, and then the board of directors will not let him take it private, so he can't do anything about that. But like with Twitter, he can certainly try. But yeah, I'm not excited about that. This is very authoritarian businessman of him. Speaking of Apple, Tim Cook recently commented that sideloading, or basically sideloading, is when you download an app or a program that is not on the native app store or app marketplace of your current platform or operating system. So basically, sideloading on an iPhone is like downloading an app that is not through the app store. That's essentially what that is. You're taking zip files from the internet, downloading it there, and then like doing that. You can't sideload on an iPhone without breaking your warranty, and it's technically illegal. That's what, like, back in the day, not saying we did this, people we know did this, allegedly, but when people we knew used to jailbreak their iPhones, that's one of the things that you were able to do. You're able to download apps that were not native to the Apple iOS store. So he once again riffed at a recent keynote on data privacy. I'm not sure where the keynote was. But he recently riffed on a keynote on data privacy that sideloading, they need to oppose legislation to open up app ecosystems because the Apple ecosystem relies on the fact that the Apple iOS store is the only one. And he said that basically allowing people to download an app from anywhere they want outside of the iOS store would be a privacy nightmare, and it would ultimately hurt only the consumer. Which, on its face, is a total crock of shit. For lack of a better phrase. Like, this is basically so that they could continue to take their 30% cut of apps. Because Tim Cook knows, he is wise to the fact that if they allow sideloading to happen on the App Store, every developer that can, every small app developer at least, maybe not the bigger ones that are like very, very profitable, but like the small app developers, they are booking it out of the iOS store. They are leaving day one because a 30% take on an app for development costs, or like just getting paid to use your ecosystem, that's a lot. That is a lot. But yeah, he's bold-faced lying, and he just is banking on the fact that most iPhone users don't know what the fuck he's talking about and will just take him at his word.
Feel like most of them, that is accurate for so many though. Like not all, but there are a lot of Apple users who are 100% loyal. Like Apple everything, you know, and then it's all just compatible with the other devices, and I'm like, it's not really any better. You know,
it's not really any better, and like the fact that like the one reason, the big reason for me is that why I love Android so much and why I love Windows so much is because the app ecosystems are open, meaning that you could literally do whatever you want to them. And Linux is that's an even deeper rabbit hole than Windows. Linux, it's open source. You can literally write the code. You can contribute to the Linux kernel. Like, that is the most antithesis to Apple that I have ever seen. Like,
absolutely, yeah.
Like, there are like 3 companies that come to mind when building a monopoly, and for me, it's Google, it's Apple, and it's Meta Facebook. Those are the 3 big tech companies that I am most loathsome towards, because of their privacy policies, because of their data harvesting policies, and because of their closed app ecosystems. Not so much with Google on that one, but definitely Facebook, Meta, and Apple. Definitely those 2. All right, I've ranted on that long enough. Last tech topic for the day. Someone has gotten an external GPU, so an external graphics card, working on a Steam Deck.
Fucking awesome.
I know. People were the YouTuber ETA Prime was able to not only get it working, but play games at max settings at 4K in games such as Elden Ring on the Steam Deck. That's amazing. That is amazing. Maxed out settings 4K on the Steam Deck. I mean, you have to use an external monitor because you can't really appreciate 4K on a 720p screen, but that's the fact that you could do that is amazing. Like, I'm a big fan of that. All right, moving on from that, I love the Steam Deck so much. It's such a cool thing to tinker around with.
So cool.
All right, you want to take the first one?
Moving on to gaming. So, right off the bat, we have an awesome thing to cover. So,
I did not hear about this whatsoever.
neither did I, but I'm really excited. So, Jeff Fowler, most notably the director for the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, most recently the Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which just came out, would love to make a Super Smash Brothers movie. He was stating in an article that it would, like, he was essentially like, come on, guys. Who doesn't want to see Mario and Sonic duke it out on the screen? Like, that's classic. But he did also mention that there will be a few legal hurdles to jump through, i.e. Nintendo. It's just getting rights from Nintendo. That's it. That's the only hurdle, and a few hurdles meaning it is one astronomically large hurdle.
Nintendo is the Apple of video games.
Wow. You're not wrong, though.
I'm just wondering where they're even gonna go direction, like plot-wise. What campaign of a Smash Bros. Game has ever made any sense?
If I had to guess, if I had to just like, and this is a very big guess, if I had to guess, it would be like a sort of like Pokemon Gotta Catch 'Em All recruitment sort of setup, where like the first, it would work in essence kind of like a setup of a multi-film franchise, where in the first film, this is at least how it works in my head, where in the first film it would be all about collecting all the fighters and getting them to sign up. Sort of like the both of you have seen the old X-Men movies, right?
Oh, I was going to say like Iron Man, where Nick Fury shows up at the donut shop and talks to him.
I'm thinking of more like that is another apt comparison, but I'm thinking of more like in a self-contained thing, where like they sort of like in the X-Men, they go around and sort of recruit new mutants to like be part of the school of mutants. Like it would work in essence, I think, in the same way. Like they go around to recruit fighters from different franchises, but they have to like go around all these different universes. This is why the multiverse is so important. All these different universes to where these different characters exist. So like in essence, I think that's what it would look like, at least in my head.
See, I was thinking along the lines of they could play off of Super Smash Bros. Brawl's Subspace Emissary with like universal like destruction and characters from different universes getting sucked into the Subspace Emissary, and like initially like doing the thing like anime trope where it's like they're all fighting each other, realizing that they're all being played by the big bad, and then all team up, and then it's like a big fight at the end against the big villain.
That's possible. I mean, there's definitely like Super Smash Bros. To me is like a particularly benign property to adapt to.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of story.
There's not a whole lot they can mess up, you know?
It's an S tier fighting game and C- tier narrative at best.
C-.
Yeah, see, I'm imagining Fight Club.
I would ask where the story is for there to be a C-.
There isn't. In Underground Fight Club, we just see Mario beating the shit out of Kirby or something. I'd pay to see that.
Like, I think the Smash Bros.
Violet says, wait, it's a melodrama about Waluigi living his sad life. Oh, I don't even want to read this. Oh my god.
I don't want to read that. I wonder if they would, like, recruit Waluigi and be like, I didn't make it in the games, but I made it in the movie.
Yeah, totally could do that.
I got a consolation prize.
Moving on, we got...
Yeah, you gotta talk about this one.
Big news at the Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary event. They announced the conclusion of Kingdom Hearts back cover, which is the former mobile game, but now just mobile cutscene movie where there's no actual. I found out from a friend there's no actual gameplay anymore. It's just like the cutscene movie. So they announced the final installment of that. They announced a new mobile game they're working on called, I think it was Kingdom Hearts Missing Link or something.
Yeah, that was the
correct.
That's correct, I think.
Yeah. But at the end, they gave us a teaser trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4, which, just by franchise history, I have not anticipated. I did not expect that until like 2026. Which this was a very pleasant surprise considering Kingdom Hearts 3 base game came out at the beginning of 2019. So just a little over a 3-year turnaround.
I'm so sad that they're doing mobile games again for this though. I found out that they did Kingdom Hearts mobile games like when we got the announcement. Like I was like, wait, what? There's multiple of these? What?
There's a new one coming out, but there was already one previous.
Have you seen the artwork for the Missing Link for the new one coming out?
It doesn't look too bad.
To me, it looks like a GameCube game.
It's a mobile game.
Yeah, but like...
I think you're talking about back cover, which is just like the painted... It looks like the painted images.
No, I'm looking at a character. It's looking like a screenshot of a character.
Oh, not...
I was gonna say,
painted is not what I'm talking about. Hold on. Kingdom Hearts back cover. It's almost like cartoony.
I mean, isn't all of Kingdom Hearts sort of cartoony?
Oh, I'm trying so hard to put this into words. And
you're gonna have to keep a thesaurus by your desk so you could figure out what you want to say from now on.
I know. Oh wait, no, not back cover. It's Union Cross is
that what it is?
Yeah, Union Cross is the one I'm talking about that got the last installment. I just want images. I just want images.
I was gonna say,
Union
click
Cross.
on images.
Yeah. This one, it literally looks like
a mobile game.
This one looks like a mobile game.
It's
chibi.
That's not what I see what you're talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what it looks like.
Let me look up Missing Link then.
Missing Link looks totally different. Like it looks like it may be recency bias, but it looks kind of like Pokemon Arceus in terms of like.
Well,
graphics.
it's still in active development.
Yeah.
And again, it's a mobile game. So if a mobile game looks as good as Pokemon Arceus, that's a good start.
Yeah.
I am going to. What that says about Pokemon Arceus is like, but
still a great game.
Yeah, I feel I might be a hot take, but I would feel fine if we just excluded the mobile games from the Kingdom Hearts canon.
Hey, if it's another part of the story that Nomura feels he has to add, by all means, make it more complicated.
I don't think so. I think Disney is just greedy on
this. I'm putting a butt in your mouth, but moving on.
I do not like that.
Kingdom Hearts 4's trailer showed a much more realistic Sora than we're used to. Waking up in a world called... Oh, snap. I had it.
The first world?
It was Quadratum.
And the female character that he meets
is from Union Cross.
Yeah, it's not Kyrie, which is what me and Maddie thought.
No.
When I was like, what the hell did they do to her hair?
No, it's a character from Union Cross who had died. I believe it is Marluxia is the nobody. Marluxia's somebody. It's their sibling, I believe.
Okay.
But so they were also kind of dead.
Okay.
Question mark. So the world Sora finds himself in right now is a sort of afterlife. And I believe that the animation style, I think this could be hearsay, but I heard that Nomura had mentioned in a recent interview saying that the art style is based off the world. This isn't the look for Sora going forward. He still is going to look kind of cartoony like he does in Kingdom Hearts 3. But just this specific world is the look. That's the look of this world. Now, there are also in some of the shots of the setting or the environment shots in the trailer, we see something interesting. There appears to be in one of the screenshots a literal ATST foot ATSTs being those like the 2-foot kind of like trapezoidal droid mechs from the Star Wars franchise, which has people very honestly mixed about the fact that Star Wars was very plainly hinted as being a part of Kingdom Hearts 4. You know me, I live in the house of awful takes. I'm very excited for Star Wars to be in Kingdom Hearts.
You live in the house of being easy to please. That's where you live.
Hey, it's a great life to live.
I know, it's very unproblematic, and I love it.
And I love it because, like, I texted this to you the other day, but I have never loved arguing with someone more than I do when I'm arguing with your girlfriend, with Maddie, because we're every time, especially with like entertainment things like with Kingdom Hearts or like Marvel and DC, we're almost always in complete disagreement about things like movies that are good or bad, actors that did a role good or bad. It's so funny to me that I'm just like, oh, that was so much fun, and Maddie's like, just like, I'll have you know, I graduated top of my class.
Oh,
great.
It's very
Love
interesting
Maddie.
to watch. It's very interesting to watch.
It's interesting to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like, no actual console announcements or release date or window. Just an announcement.
Obviously.
Just an announcement that it's in development.
You'll see a PS5 Pro before you see this game.
I was about to say, that being said, we did get an announcement for Kingdom Hearts 3. I think it was like 6 or more years before the game came out.
I was gonna say it
was something like in the 2010s.
It's gonna take a minute.
Like early 2010. It still could take a while. It still is going to take a while. But yeah, get hype.
I will have time to play the others before it even comes out.
Is it just me, or like, could we? I feel like they should bring back the old sort of way of game reveals, where like there's like back in the early days of E3, back in like 2005 and 2006, where they would show a game, it would blow people away, and they would be like, out now, and then the whole crowd would be like, ah! And like, I wish we had that again instead of this multi-year build-up.
Yeah, we don't have that for a lot of games. We had that for like the yearly soccer game where they're just like, and you can play it right now, and then you see like you hear like one person clapping in the audience. It's so bad.
Yeah,
we need another good out now game reveal.
Yeah, I just want them to like start doing cold drops of games. Like, don't tell anybody anything. Keep them very closely guarded secrets when the game is coming out. And
NDAs where if you break them, you are publicly executed.
That might be a little much. I know it's a marketing thing. Like,
it all depends on drumming up this anticipation for forever, so that drop weekend is like the payday.
Right, but like at the same time, that could backfire, like in the terms of Cyberpunk, where you reveal a game like 7 years out, and then like it's still not ready, and then it's like a buggy mess. You know?
It totally can. I think you have to have like more than just the backbone when you release something. Like, you gotta have it like,
gotta walk the walk and talk the talk. You know?
Yeah, you should have a date and just not tell anyone yet.
Yeah.
So you got someone you're working with, and then if it does change, oh well, but you haven't told people yet.
I'm a bigger fan of the like fairly common practice now of giving a release window. Like
I do see that as an upcoming trend where it's just like they'll announce a quarter where something's coming out.
It's been a trend for the last few years. Like, it's been like they announce something that's like 2021, 2022, or 2023, and like I like when it's just like they give you the year and not much else. Like, because then like I can expect it around this time, but like I still have that sort of feeling of like excitement because like it'll be out fairly soon when they announce it, all right, moving on. Do you want to talk about the new Elden Ring speedrun record?
looked into it too much, but it is 9 minutes long.
I'm pretty
actually,
sure.
No,
I've seen
update.
the
It is
clips
now.
from
It is now less than 7 minutes long.
Someone beat it in 6 minutes and 59 seconds.
There's basically no combat, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's literally it's when speedruns get like this and like you do like the like essentially like warping or like the launching. It's just menu management at that point, and it's like it's impressive. Don't get me wrong. You've managed to like find all the cracks in the game to like get to the end, but it's just for me that I need a mix of both, where it's like cool speed, like cool and like area war like glitches where you can like clip past areas and stuff. But I also want actual gameplay. Like this just isn't fun.
This doesn't
This
scratch
is
that.
why there's categories, though. So this is your any percent. It's the glitch one. You know,
Yeah,
they got
this is
SMW
glitched.
in under 2 minutes. They got SM64 Zero Star. You know. So if you want combat, you just don't do any percent.
Yeah,
Or I'm
or
pretty sure
glitchless any percent.
there's an all something. There like I don't know if it was all graces or all major bosses, but they got all different
I'd
categories.
say all great runes.
I think that is one actually.
I think
that
that is.
is
I
one.
think that is one.
But yeah,
But yeah, like these
absolutely
are just
insane.
The-
run and roll through the whole game. You don't get hit. It's just
It's just like
optimization.
get through it as fast as you can, and that's the only. thing you
Twilight
have to worry
Princess
about.
low percent is a ride and a half. I think it'd just be a quarter of a ride because you're just launching everywhere and doing almost nothing.
The last time I was like really impressed with like speed runs before, like the Elden Ring ones, were Breath of the Wild.
I was about to say, if you don't say Breath of the Wild, I'm gonna be mad because the initial world record of them playing on the French file it's like 20 something minutes. It's insane.
Mm-hmm. No, that's the last time I was like super impressed with like speedrunners.
There's lots of cool stuff. Look up GDQ when it comes out. There's always something new.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, GDQ's always
Always.
doing something.
All right, manga boy, got some news for you. Watch Dogs, the video game series, is getting its own manga adaptation. Did he get
Is
mad?
this necessary?
Did he get mad that I called him manga boy?
No,
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know.
I got mad because like, who the fuck wanted a Watch Dogs manga?
I don't know. Check out the artwork of it. It looks fairly alright. It looks sort of like a Japanese what is it? What was Rami Malek in the TV show?
Mr. Robot.
Yeah, it's sort of like a Japanese Mr. Robot. It looks like to me. That's what it gives me. The vibe it gives me.
Oh, Watch Dogs Tokyo. Okay.
All right. I'm not sure the story it's gonna have. Like,
Features the Evil Bloom Corporation, which has in the games been set in Chicago, San Fran, and London.
Yeah, it's
But
like
it extends its reach to Japan.
it's like a big tech company that's like harvesting your data and shit like that. So like, I know there's a lot they could do with it. I will say I am glad that we're seeing them trying new original ideas. Like I like that they're not just like trying to recycle the same game for 6 years without like trying anything new. I like that they're trying this.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, wait. At first, I was thinking, I was like, wait, no, but they're making a manga based off an IP. But you're saying like Watch Dogs as like a franchise
In a new format, you know.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
I like that they're trying
I do
to
like that.
see where it fits in the world, because they still haven't figured out the Watch Dogs games, like how like the ideal way they should play. Like it's still an issue for them. So like maybe it would work better as like a visual novel or a manga or something like that. So like I hope they figure it out. Moving on, Sony has invested over $1 billion in
Jesus.
Epic Games. Sony and Lego's parent company.
Yes, I did see that actually.
Lego's parent company is also investing $1 billion in Epic Games. So why is
Gonna get a Lego game through them?
why is Epic so like goddamn popular overnight?
I don't know.
Yeah, Kirkby, which is the company behind Lego, also invested $1 billion. days after Epic Games and the Lego Group announced a new collaboration to create a child-friendly space within the metaverse. So it looks like they're trying to get kids into the metaverse, which I don't agree with.
And now,
I'm like, if
Why?
you strap a VR headset to your kid at a certain age and just like say have fun, then like you've essentially lost them. That's just my thing. Like I don't think you I'm okay, this is getting into a different topic, but I don't think you like devices should raise your kid for you. I think they should be entertainment for your kids in order to be like a break from you raising them. That's what I believe.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel necessary.
No, it's definitely not.
It
Well,
feels
no.
lazy.
What is the metaverse necessary?
Oh, well, no. I mean, that's a whole different thing entirely. But yeah, just like this is like they're taking something and running with it.
Yeah, the metaverse. They smell money here, and they're just like latching onto it. Yeah, unclear what the investment will go towards in the future. If I had to guess, it's because Sony wants to probably work with Epic in terms of their video gaming space, but also in order to break into some sort of metaverse as well, if I had to guess. But unclear. We'll have to wait and see what that brings. Nintendo is expanding Nintendo headquarters, developing a new HQ center, a new 12th floor building at Nintendo HQ.
they announced that they acquired the city-owned land adjacent to the Nintendo headquarters. So they're planning on expanding. Maybe development could entail, I don't know, better hardware. There's a list of things that I don't care to list off.
Not having your online service be hooked up to fucking dial-up internet connection, and move on to like I don't know, Wi-Fi or something like that. It's just a thought. Yeah, the Nintendo Online service is like actually a ripoff when you compare it to the other services. It's like actually bad.
I think I tried playing Smash Online exactly once, and I'm like, nah, this ain't worth it.
Yeah, without Ethernet, there's no point. It's like almost unplayable.
Well, people were buying like people have been buying like custom docks before the Switch OLED came out with the Ethernet adapter built into it. But like it says so much about Nintendo that it took them 4 years after the Switch came out to add an Ethernet port to the dock, which gives you an idea of how much they value that sort of thing. Final Fantasy clothing line has been leaked.
Yeah, they have. They're releasing a shirt for each of the games, like 1 through 16.
It seems
which
decent.
I'm looking at them right now. They're all kind of. I'm not gonna lie, they all kind of look pretty cool.
I like some of them more than others, but
Oh yeah,
they are neat.
they're all unique too. Like it's not like they all share a similar form.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my personal favorite is the.
I like Final Fantasy 2's. Very minuscule. It just has the words on it.
I like I think my personal favorite is either 12 or 13.
12 is really cool. I like the art on the front.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let me copy this link.
That one might be worth checking out later.
Yeah. Let me just pop that in the chat so you guys can see watching at home.
Yeah, but the Final Fantasy Square Enix has partnered with Uniqlo, which is a Vietnamese clothing company. Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good point, Violet. The part of the Switch related to Wi-Fi is right next to the battery. Worse connection, the longer the session. So yeah, maybe development is like hardware placement too.
They say they've been making standard R&D development, so research and development investments as well, and which if it's standard development, then like we can expect like a new console from Nintendo in like 15 years, something like that. They still say that the Switch is in the middle of its life cycle, which I'm like, bro, we're gonna see a PlayStation 6 and an Xbox 720 before we see a Nintendo Switch Pro. Um, moving on, Vicarious Visions, the original makers of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, have officially merged with Activision Blizzard after a nearly 30-year partnership to make the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. Most recently, Vicarious Visions was tasked with working on Diablo 2 Resurrected.
And they also helped with Destiny 2's PC version.
Yeah. And after a multi-decade partnership, they are officially becoming part of the Activision Blizzard umbrella, which means also that Xbox now owns Vicarious Visions in turn.
Yep.
If you want to think about it that way. Moving on from that, you could tell how salty I was about the Switch when I wrote this next one.
Jesus Christ, you fucking murdered the Switch.
I know.
With that headline.
So the headline, if you guys will appreciate it, is the Nintendo Switch's geriatric hardware might have finally met its match, which is leading into a story where many game industry experts are predicting that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 will physically be big enough in scope and hardware requirements where the Nintendo Switch will not be able to support it.
Nuts.
Which might necessitate a new
Imagine
console.
developing a game that won't work on your system.
Essentially, that's what Nintendo's asking for. I can't imagine a world where like you have a game that's going to be as hyped up as Breath of the Wild 2, and it's going to be like it's going to be your like big release as a gaming company for the year, and you don't release a new console with it. It's not a system
There's
seller.
no way they're not releasing a Switch Pro.
There's the chances that they're not, that like this is too perfect of a chance for them to be. This is a system selling game. Like
They've also done it several times.
yeah, wasn't Breath of the Wild 1 a system seller?
Yeah, it
Yes.
released with Switch, even though it was also on Wii U.
And
It was
Twilight
being
Princess.
developed for the Wii U, I think, or they could do that again.
No, sorry, I have it back. I have it backwards. Skyward Sword sold with the Wii U, but also was on the Wii. Sorry, that I misspoke.
No, but you're right in that the developers of Breath of the Wild were originally developing it only for the Wii U, but then Nintendo tasked them with doing a Switch port of it as well. And I'm thinking maybe that's what we're gonna see again now that I say it out loud. Where like they start working on the Switch only version, and like a year or two later, we're gonna see like whatever Nintendo's next console is have a version towards that as well.
So weird because as years have gone on, it's almost like Legend of Zelda releases go in tandem with Nintendo console releases.
That's kind of why I feel like they have to release a new console with it. It feels weird not to almost.
It feels like it's been their lifeblood more than Mario in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
The Mario games are still like
they're still like they're
good.
premier party games, but these are Legend of Zelda is Nintendo's narrative franchise.
Oh, for
It's
100%. 100%. Didn't the original Legend of Zelda launch on the NES?
Yes.
Like on day one?
I don't know about
that.
NES day one releases. Original games.
While you're doing that, I will steal this from you. The Witcher 3's next-gen upgrades have been delayed another time as CD Projekt Red takes over the development. It is postponed to Q2.
Q2 what?
The Witcher Twitter account does not say what year was it initially going to release. If it was this year.
I'll save you the trouble. It's been postponed to Q2 of 2023.
To 2023.
So
okay.
Yeah, I've read into the story a bit more. Basically, this was due to a recent financial earnings call that CD Projekt Red had with their shareholders.
I was misreading this. They have delayed the next gen version indefinitely.
From Q2.
But like one of the lead directors of CD Projekt Red has said that that's not as bad as it sounds when you hear.
Yeah, no, it's literally like the connotations of indefinitely are that it is delayed forever, where it literally just means it is delayed for an indefinite amount of time. They just don't know when it's going to be. They just don't know. They don't have a solid enough release window where they could confidently say when it's going to release.
Exactly.
We will hear more.
Right. Okay, so like the first Legend of Zelda game came out August 22nd, 1987 on the NES.
Okay.
That was literally a week after the very first Metroid game. So Mario came out before it. Mario.
Hey, that was the original.
Yeah, Mario was out day one. But like, kind of obvious that it was out. Oh no, it wasn't out day one. Super Mario Bros. Was out day one. Mario Bros. The non-Super version, came out in June 1986, which was the following year.
Super Mario Bros. Being the platformer, Mario Bros. Being that like little arcade style, the plumbing one.
Yeah.
Yes. Where you're rescuing Pauline,
But yeah,
who is now the mayor of New Donk City.
but yeah, Zelda almost feels like
Blow up.
it's like it's more Nintendo than Mario almost at this point.
Even though Mario's the mascot.
Yeah.
They're like tied. They both have different like audiences.
They bring different things to the table. Yeah, I'm not concerned about this. Like I just always play The Witcher 3. I replay it all the time. So like the fact that they're delaying it, like yeah, it sucks that like we were supposed to get this back in 2020 and it's gotten delayed like at this point 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned about it now because like it's just a next gen upgrade. I'm more concerned about their delay of the Cyberpunk expansion, which has gotten delayed also into Q2 2023. Or I think that's just 2023 now. They didn't even specify a quarter.
Funny enough, we also have more news about Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077. Witcher 3 has sold up to 40 million copies, and Cyberpunk 2077 has sold 18 million.
Do you know how much 40 million copies is?
A lot.
Do you know? No, in the context of like all of video games, do you know how much that is?
How much?
That puts The Witcher 3 in the top 12 best-selling video games of all time.
Damn, okay.
They beat Terraria. They beat Mario Kart Wii. They beat Skyrim. They beat Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Wow.
That one's niche. Just saying.
What was it? They beat what's the Call of Duty you like? They beat Black Ops 1 and 2. The only games that like it just to give you an idea.
Yeah, what's still above it? I'm curious.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Oh, his family's talking to him for a sec.
Well, sorry, what was the question?
We were asking what's still above it, and I said Minecraft for one. I believe Minecraft's the top spot.
Minecraft is the top spot. The next top spot is GTA 5.
Okay.
Top third best selling is Tetris. But that's like all of Tetris. That's like every single game in the series.
It's a franchise.
But
nothing can beat Glover.
Breath of the Wild has got
lots of things beat Glover. The next game above Witcher 3 now is Pac-Man.
Ow.
Witcher 3 is nearly as popular as Pac-Man.
Damn.
That's insane. The game's only been around for 7 years. Holy shit. I'm so proud of my Witcher boys. I'm so proud. That's a huge milestone. And 18 million is no slouch either for Cyberpunk.
But yeah, definitely
It's
not.
been out
That's
a year and a half. It's been out a year and a half. And even in the state that it's in, like sold 18 million copies.
Sold 18 million.
That's insane.
Like, that's saying something, for real.
That's insane. I think we got a few more topics here. Hello Games' new project is apparently slated to be the most ambitious space RPG in the history of games, or so they say. Sean Murray says that the new game is just as ambitious as No Man's Sky in its original scope. So much that he was quoted as saying, similar to No Man's Sky, it's the kind of project that even if we had 1,000 people working on it, it would still seem impossible. That's how ambitious the scope of the game is, which, I don't know. They flew too close to the sun to the original No Man's Sky release. So, like, maybe they need to work within the realms of reality a little bit. But I applaud them for, like, being ambitious. Bungie, the gaming developer, is creating permanent remote work positions for certain U.S. states.
Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason that employers can't do that. The states are Washington, Oregon, California, Texas, Illinois, North Carolina, and Florida. So I think that's a good thing. I think that's a very good thing. Remote work should definitely be a more commonplace thing.
Yeah, it does not make the game sound promising at all.
What do you wait? Is there chat?
What Violet said in chat.
That doesn't make the game sound promising. Did it beat Glover?
Nothing can beat Glover.
A lot of things can. Finally, this is somewhat video game.
This is interesting. I was just flicking through this right before you brought it. You're about to start talking about it.
Yeah, this is somewhat video game related. The new DC owners from the recent merger of Warner Media Discovery. The Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav has said that he wants to overhaul and revitalize the DC brand for a new era of media.
Our lighting just changed.
Wants it to work sort of harmoniously between the streaming service HBO Max, all future feature film developments and TV series, as well as video game properties and other IPs that they choose to pursue with the DC characters and such as and the like as. They also want to be able to compete on a one-to-one basis with Marvel. I think that goes without saying. They've been trying for years to do that.
Yeah,
so
and
I've been trying.
Pretty much no avail.
They're chasing the success of the MCU. Like it goes without saying that we are now in the era where, like comic book movies are a staple, and they will always I don't see them burning out ever. If they do, I would honestly be surprised. I think just because of the success of the MCU, they're not going away for a long time.
No.
That being said, it's unfortunate that every time this happens, like now that it is Warner Brothers Discovery, their first thing is saying we're gonna try we're gonna overhaul and adopt a more Kevin Feige like figure for the DC cinematic universe, and you don't need to. Like standalone movies are like a few of their most recent DC movies were very good, and they're like not necessarily connected, even maybe like a little bit.
Yeah.
But like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was an incredible standalone movie, and it doesn't have to be connected to any universe. And it like just in and of itself is a fantastic comic book movie.
It's funny funny that you talked about Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, because that's actually the model of movie that they want to pursue in the future, and
I think would be awesome.
And they actually they acknowledge that they've been neglecting some of their main heroes, such as Superman, somewhat, because like
I think it was just because I think the reasoning behind this is just my opinion, where it was just the market was so saturated with Superman even early on that they're just like, okay, we have to explore as many other avenues as possible, and like specifically just like try our best to avoid Superman.
I mean, you could argue that like the market is currently saturated with a lot of Batman, yet people still love Batman.
That's true.
Batman's more of
That's
an
true.
underdog story, I feel like, though.
It's a
which
lot
people
like it's a lot more relatable just because the fact that he is human and is dealing with grief.
Yeah, I guess so.
I will say Superman is just an alien that's dealing with grief. His entire planet was obliterated, but it's more on it's on more of a spectacular scale just because of all of the things he can do, and it kind of separates itself from the plight of a average Joe.
The current DC Films boss Walter Hamada has somewhat steered DC towards the right path, releasing under his leadership films like the Batman and the Suicide Squad reboot, and also doing new series such as the Peacemaker show and pursuing the new Batman animated series coming soon, as well as the Penguin spinoff and the Arkham Asylum show in the works as well.
I had no clue there was an Arkham Asylum show in the works. See, that is something don't give me another Batman movie. Give me what it is like in what the daily life of Arkham Asylum looks like, and see shit like the interactions between inmates. That's the niche stuff that I would really like to see from DC.
Yeah.
I'm pleased that the new CEO of Warner Media.
That
Warner
is
Media
how they
Discovery.
will combat the MCU.
Mhm.
Not trying to like we mentioned before, where they're trying to go for the Feige model, but I don't think that will work. I think they need to do the super focused points throughout the extended DC universe, where it's much a little, but specifically, I was trying to think of another example of something like Arkham Asylum, or give us a fucking what's the planet Superman's from? Krypton. Give us a series that leads to the fall of Krypton. That would be fucking awesome.
That would be sweet. I would watch that.
It's super niche stuff is how they would combat the MCU's celebrity status.
Yeah. And also the writing could be darker, because
yes,
I'm so tired of the MCU's one-liner jokes that they
I love the memes going around right now, or it's it shows someone falling off a building, it's a camera down shot of somebody falling. It's me after Captain America accidentally knocks me off the top of a building in a fight and says, "Well, that just happened." And that, it's just
you're the one who's cursed.
Yeah.
Something like that. All right, we're gonna get you guys out of here with what to watch / play because
just quick, because I know Kevin, you want to hear this. They have announced the new release date of Dragon Ball Superhero. It was April 11th in Japan and was set for North America in the summer. Japan has announced they have announced that the Japanese release is now June 11th. By that math, we'd probably be seeing this movie around in mid-fall. I'm assuming in October somewhere is where we'd be seeing this movie stateside.
I think Dragon Ball Super Broly released in October in the States.
Because if it was saying end of April and then it would be in the summer, I'd say it's 2 to 3 months. And yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking about it again, it'd probably be mid-September into late September we'd be seeing this movie stateside.
Yeah,
that's what I would guess. Something, or maybe even late August if we're lucky.
That's true.
The original release date for Dragon Ball Super Broly was December 2018 in Japan and April 2019 in the States.
3 to 4 months in between.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But yeah, I just wanted to throw that in really quick.
I appreciate you saying that.
Not a whole lot of anime news. I mean, if you want to get into it, Spy Family, the new Mappa series, is actually I think an episode, maybe 2 episodes are out right now, but it the pilot episode released with big success. Big success.
Nice. All right.
Yeah. Let's get you out of here with what to watch and play.
All right. So
Where's our Kite Man origin story? Yes, Violet.
this guy, man.
They already- James Gunn's Suicide Squad gave us the glory of a believable polka dot man. James Gunn can do anything. Like if they really try, they can make these. They can eat Matter Eater Lad into a believable character. He literally just eats anything. That's his power. He comes from a planet of a people who can all do that.
All right. So first up, we got Project Love and Cafe.
The hell is that?
I don't know. It's looked like an interactive drama. That's what it's described as. From
Meetings.
Moonrider's Tale. That's the developer. For PC, Mac, and Linux, Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony Anniversary Edition is out on iOS and Android.
That's actually big news.
13 Sentinels
Danganronpa, yeah.
Aegis Rim is out on Nintendo Switch. Nobody Saves the World is out on Nintendo Switch, PS4, and PS5. And Tormented Souls is out on Nintendo Switch. It's not Demon Souls. Don't worry.
All right. So we have April 9th to this point. So we had some more UFC events. We have Reed's Point, which looks like a low budget
flick.
Until Dawn horror movie. It looks like a Wendigo type thing. I have to laugh because this animated movie, it's called My Sweet Monster, and the poster for it, it's on Apple TV, or it's on Apple iTunes. Oh, so it released on iTunes. That's what it
Got
is.
it.
Because the poster says coming 2020. And I was like,
Do I have a story to tell you?
we have Wormwood Apocalypse came to streaming services.
Looks like a C-list action flick.
Yeah, it looks like Sad Max.
Sad
Uh,
man.
We have For You Page with an I, the name,
The page,
not
the name, yeah.
Yeah, not the slice of paper. And today we have Paris 13th District and Fantastic Beasts: The Secret of Dumbledore.
Oh. Not
Yeah.
excited. I'm not excited about it.
I'm not gonna see it. I'll be real. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna see it.
They're saying like if this movie flops, like there's gonna be no more Fantastic Beasts movies.
Yeah,
Like
no.
like the executives making it have said like, yeah, if this flops, then like we're done.
Even though Mads Mikkelsen is fundamentally a better Grimwald,
Grindelwald.
or is that?
I disagree. I saw the second one and I really love Johnny Depp's performance.
I mean,
okay,
he
that's-
was really good. I've only
that's-
seen the
that-
first one, so
We need to not talk about Johnny Depp. I'm gonna get him mad.
why is that, Kevin?
Oh, don't. Why'd you have to ask me that? Oh, you do it on purpose, I swear. All right.
I like poking buttons.
TV.
TV.
We have a new season of Killing It out on Peacock, a new season of Ultraman out on Netflix, a new season of Borgen, Power and Glory out on Netflix, a new season of The Garcias out on HBO Max, a new season of The Great Pottery Throwdown out on HBO
Just
Max.
Legend of Zelda.
What?
The Great Pottery Throwdown. That's just Legend of Zelda.
Basically. Not So Pretty, a new season of Not So Pretty out on HBO Max. A new season of Roar is out on Apple TV Plus. A new season of Anatomy of a Scandal is out on Netflix. A new season of A Mother's Rage is out on Netflix. A new season of Heirs to the Land is out on Netflix. A new season of It's the Small Things, Charlie Brown is out on Apple TV Plus. They know there was a Charlie Brown show that was
I didn't know that there was a new
No.
Charlie Brown at all, though.
La Madrina, The Savage Life of Lauren Padilla, the special, is out on Showtime. A new season of Outer Range is out on Amazon Prime Video. A new telenovela, Como Sobrevivir Sobrevivir Soltero is out on which is called How to Survive Being Single. Jesus Christ.
You
is
should have
on
just said
Amazon
that.
Prime Video. I shouldn't have said that. A new season of Verdict is out on Amazon Prime Video. A new season of Swimming with Sharks is out on Roku.
Now, before you say the last one, Swimming with Sharks. Now, the last thing we mentioned, I think it was last week, about sharks. Is this also golf related? Because I was so excited. Like I love sharks so much, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm going to read the description of this because it's shark, and it's a documentary about a fucking golf player." I was like,
Oh my goodness.
not completely unexpected. So hold on. I'm gonna you say the last one. I'm gonna see what this Swimming with Sharks is about.
All right. The last thing finally is a new season of Handcrafted Hotels is out on Discovery Plus or Warner Media Discovery Plus now.
Great. Swimming with Sharks IMDb description. A young female assistant who is at the center of a studio filled with manipulators, schemers, and intrigue. Little do they know, she is poised to outwit them all. So it's metaphorical sharks. Damn it!
How do you make sharks a metaphor?
I want to see them toss people in a pool with sharks.
Exactly. Yeah, I just want to see just a live stream of people in a Shark Tank. A literal Shark Tank, not Shark Tank, which is another metaphor for fucking ruthless businessmen and women. Ah!
Too many sharks.
Let sharks be sharks!
All right. That appears to be all we have for you guys today. So we'll be back same time next week, I think, right? Caveat.
Little asterisk in there. Because I'm going to be in Syracuse next weekend for my sister's recital and award recognitions.
Understood. So we'll hash that out, but most likely we'll be back in some form next weekend. So keep an eye out for that. Follow me on Twitter. What's my
follow Kevin on Twitter and
follow Jared on Twitter too. Jared's on Twitter now.
Oh my god, I am.
I don't think you've done anything on it, but I saw you pop up.
I send you stuff all the time.
Yeah, I do watch the stuff you send me, and I'll like stuff occasionally, but I never actually post.
Follow me on Twitter. DM me stuff you want to talk about. My handle is Sevek_1999. That's at SEVEK1999_Kevin. That's my Twitter handle. So follow me there and tweet if you want me to mention, or if you want either of us to mention something in the doc for the following week. So yeah, we'll be back in some form next week. Maybe not same time, same channel though.
that will stay the same.
That will stay the same. All right, guys, have a good Friday. See what
I just figured out how to check my profile on Twitter.
Nice.
He's retweeted like 3 things.
Nice.
2 things.